What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Dreadhead Ninja Bar Rodimus Black, coming back at you again. Today I got another Transformer review for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about Perfect Effects Jet Revive Optimus Prime. This is a piece that I've been waiting on for a really long time. I think the pre-order got delayed a couple times, maybe like about 3-4 months. And finally came out and finally got my hands on it. And this is what it is fresh out the box. Just pulled it out this morning. And yeah, I think it's time for us to go ahead and take a look at it. So we're going to be seeing everything together at the same time because I haven't really had a big opportunity to play with it or even go through this ginormous treasure map of instruction sheet. I feel like I'm a Goonie looking for One-Eyed Pete's treasure, trying to figure out all these different instructions and stuff. But yeah, either which way, we gonna make it through this, and we gonna talk about this new figure. Now I don't really collect a whole lot from Perfect Effect, mainly because obviously they don't make a lot of action figures. They're mainly known for their add-on kits to the Titans, excuse me, not the Titans, but the Combiner Wars figures. And I have a few of those, but and I do have a couple of their figures, but Perfect Effect is one of those types of companies that don't really make like they don't have a theme, a solid theme going with a lot of their action figures. Everything they make is like a one and done, if you know what I mean. Here, like for instance, here's another one that I have from them. It's their, not Leonidas, their black version, their Xerxes. Perfect Effect makes a really dope toy, but a lot of their stuff doesn't even fit into my collection anywhere. Like, I love the way Xerxes looks, and I love the way this Jet Revive Prime looks, but neither one of them really have a place in my collection. They're kind of like the Island of Misfit dope-ass, yeah, Island of dope-ass Misfit toys. Let's go with that. Because they're really cool, they're really awesome looking, but when you compare them to anything else, like from Hasbro or from MMC or from Make Toys, they kind of stand out in their own way. They're kind of like masterpiece, but not necessarily, well, but they're not really masterpiece, but they're kind of masterpiece adjacent, if you get my drift. All right, so let's go ahead and take him out of here real quick. It's not who we're talking about. But yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at him. First off, we'll look at the main accessories that he came with right out the box. First one is this energy axe. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I love the sculpt work on it. I love this burnt orange type metallic color that it has in it. The molded detail, that like Cybertronian looking insignia there. I don't know why they didn't do it on both sides. I think they would have benefited from doing it that way. But at least it is on the side that's going to be outward facing. So that was a good decision right there if you're going to do it. But yeah, great sculpting, great paint on this part. Next accessories are the two blasters that he came with. So we come with two of these blasters. Don't, talk about one. Not a whole lot of paint on it, but it does have like this nice regular gloss, just regular standard plastic with a nice metallic paint on top of that to give it a little bit of accent, and it looks really good, very Cybertronian. Like, I can't even really put my finger on what this figure reminds me of. It looks movie adjacent, and at the same time it kind of reminds me of like the Transformers Prime line, Optimus as well. But yeah, it's just a really dope figure. This thing is beautiful. It's alright, let's take the last one out. So this is the big cannon blaster. And from looking at the pictures and looking at the instructions real quick, this is going to become not only a part of the trailer, but also a part of kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a hoverboard type thing. But you can see that it's that black plastic. You have like the metallic red paint. You have some metallic golds right there. Your silvers up front. I mean, it's just beautifully done, beautifully painted. Wonderful sculpt work all throughout. Morley, get off the instructions. Excuse me. But yeah, you have like beautiful molds, molded plastic all throughout this piece. And I mean, they really did a good job on it. Now, getting down to the figure himself, let's get a closer look in there. Here on the head, it's just on a ball joint. So you're going to get a fair amount up, good amount down, side pose, sideways, you know, through full 360 on the head. Arms, looks like the articulation's kind of blocked by the extra armor, so that's about as far up as those arms are going to go on the figure. But they're on some really heavy ratchets, and they do spin around. Again, blocked by all the additional armor in this mode, and I'm guessing from the pictures I saw that will change once I take all the armor off of the figure. But yeah, this guy's painted to the nines. I mean, you got your reds, your blues, your flames, covered in golds, silvers, tons of metallic paint, more red down here, articulation in the foot. You can see where the tires are for the trailer underneath the foot, and even right in here you have even more paint. Straight plastic tires, does not rubber on any of them, but that's fine. Rubber is nice. I do like it. It is my preferred method. It's just like that added little bit of detail, but at the same time, the rubber can break, it can crack, and it can become a little brittle over time. So, you know, it's not a big deal. But you got blue paint right here, because this is all black plastic. And then you got the red paint, blue paint. Turn it around. You have more metallic paints, more red paint up here, more silver paint, more like that gold paint, silver, blues, reds. I mean, they really spared no expense on painting this. And if that was the hold up on getting this guy into production and into my hands, then I think it was well worth it. One concern that I had that I'm going to address right out the gate is I was afraid that all the extra armor and kibble that goes on to him would cause the figure to become bogged down, and he won't be able to maintain himself with all that extra armor. Let me put your fears to rest. If you are looking into buying this, that is not a problem. He has no issues being able to be posed up for pictures or whatever have you. Yeah, he doesn't have any problem supporting all that additional weight. He's not top heavy whatsoever. So I'm not going to be able to go through the whole transformation because I don't want this video to be like an hour long. But what I am going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and take the armor off on camera because that seems simple enough, and we'll go through all of that. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is the shoulder pieces are just held on by tabs, so those pop right out. And we have these right here, which are the shoulders. So you can see again, blue paint with the red flames. Those pieces go up and down. I'll figure out how that works into the transformation in a little bit. Backpack is easy to do as well. All you got to do is lift up right here on the front plate, and that pops. And you can lift that straight up, revealing his actual chest. And then, yeah, I don't know if you can see it that well, but it's just tabbed in back here. Just going to wiggle those off, and boom, got that off. So here's the backpack itself with the chest plate, so you can see all the detail in there. Got your transparent clear plastics up front for the truck mode. You can see everything right there. These right here fold down, because that's how it came right out the box, is with these collapsed. So put those like that. Also, in case you're wondering, the weapons, these two guns do tab in right back here, where the back of the, I guess the jet engines would be. It's just for safekeeping while you're not using them. So yeah, those plug in right there, just like that. Let's get that out of here. Front part of the hip skirts. Hip skirts do articulate as well. On the sides, those go up, allowing for additional articulation. You can see you can get the full splits. I mean, he is very well articulated, full of ratchets, and beautifully toleranced sliding joints as well. So, I mean, even with that leg up like that, that's not going anywhere. Very, very well done. Very well done. And he's actually a little bit smaller than I was hoping he was going to be also. But alright, so anywho, this right here just pops off. Maybe. Okay. So yeah, so it's held on. Hopefully you can see this. There's 3 tabs. There's 1, 2, and 3. They plug in right here on the waist section. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So that's that part. Next, I'll do the arms. These are just tabbed in really tightly. So you just pull that off, fist included, and then you can pop the fist out like so. Oops. And you're going to plug that right in right there. All right. Do the same on the other side. Very tight, very tight. And that right there. Also, the hands do have some articulation, and I wasn't expecting this. It's just on the one base pin knuckle right there, right at the knuckle joint. There's a little pin, and they all move together at the same time. Just like that. So you do get a little bit of hand articulation. Thumb doesn't move, individual fingers don't move, but they do move right there at the knuckle. So we'll put that right in there. Next, I believe these pop open. Yeah, there we go. And those just come right off. Main thing is they're tapped at the bottom of the foot. You have like little ports right there. Those tab in right here. All right. So next thing we're going to do is twist this around like so. Twist the legs. Twist the legs. Now we have Prime by himself. Give me 1 second. I'll get this other stuff out the way and we will talk about it because I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Oop. And he fell. Okay. So we got Prime all situated on his own. And let's go ahead and talk about him. Real quick, we'll do a size comparison. Just for anybody interested. Here he is with War for Cybertron, Titan's Return or whatever cup. And I also have Chromia here as well. So you can see how they stack up. Personally, I think that's a really good size comparison. But again, he doesn't fit. I mean, that's just way too dope, way too much metallic colors and everything for him to fit in with the Hasbro line. Alright. So, again, going over articulation, head on a ball joint. You can see it right up in there if the camera's focused enough. Ball joint, get the head movement. Without the armor, shoulders are going to go up to right there. And as you can hear, really strong ratchet joints. Also, really strong ratchet joints right here. So you're going to get the full 360 out of the arms. Bicep swivel, wrist swivel, and again, same with the hands. You get full waist 360, and you also get ab crunch as well. So you get a little bit right there. It's just going to help you get some more dynamic posing, and you get ab crunch backwards. Most likely for transformation purposes, but you know, it's good cheat. You can make it work. Legs go all the way out to the side, so we are getting full splits on the side, full splits front and back. Legs on a double ball joint, so you're going to get all the way back to there. Alright, so yeah, you're going to get tons of articulation out of this figure. He does have a toe tilt that's going to go inward, none out, but you do get some in, and that's about it. And then you can go up and down as well. But, well, yeah, you can go up about that far. And I think that looks really good. I mean, this is a really solid, very well-built figure, and I really do like it. I just wish that I knew I had a place for him, like where I can pose him up next to like a Megatron or something like that. But yeah, Perfect Effect just doesn't do stuff like that. But nevertheless, it is a dope toy, and definitely worth checking out if you get the chance or you got the money for it. Alright, so give me 1 second. I'll go ahead and get him transformed, and I will be right back. Alright, and we are back. So here's one of the first transformation modes that is available for this figure. He does come with like this kind of hovercraft. I think they call it the high mobility mode. But I might have done this wrong. The instructions aren't super clear on how you're supposed to get this into this mode. If I'm wrong, feel free to check me in the comments and and let me know. I'd be more than happy to eat that crow or whatever, or I'd just be happy to know that I did it wrong and how to properly do it myself. One thing I didn't touch on was how he holds his weapons. The energy axe, he has no problem holding. So we can just pop that right on in, and ta-da, boom, no problem. He can hold that like a champion. That's not going anywhere. But for some reason, on the blasters, his handhold is just a little too tight, and it's not the greatest of fits. Excuse me, it's not too tight, it's a little too loose, I should say. And it does have a tendency to come loose, but he's not gonna drop it, so you're not gonna have any problem posing him up or anything like that. I just wish he had a little bit more articulation in the arms. That's my one biggest gripe, is that you can't. That's the best you can get, But I guess you just make do with what you got. But yeah, this is a beautiful Optimus Prime and a really awesome piece. So yeah, that's that right there. And again, like I said, the guns can also be held in the little ports on the sides of the thrusters. So if you don't want to put them in his hands, you can just put them right there. But yeah, that's him riding on his little hoverboard. And I like that. I do. I really like it. All right, so give me 1 minute and I'll be back, and we'll go ahead and get him into vehicle mode. All right, guys, and we are back for the last time on this review. And just for a size comparison, I wanted to bring out G1 Prime's trailer, because I was curious myself as to see how they would stack up next to each other. And as you can see, they're not that. The Perfect Effects trailer is a little bit smaller than the G1 trailer. About the same length. Almost the same length. Maybe the G1 trailer is maybe a hair larger than the Perfect Effect one. But they're pretty similar in size. And just so you know, total elapsed time for me transforming both the trailer and the truck was about maybe 25 minutes. The cab was easy. Prime himself, this was a relatively easy transformation. Not a whole lot of effort needed to put into it to get this guy where he was going. But the trailer, on the other hand, that was a pain in the ass. I'm going to be honest with you. The problem is that not only do you have to transform it, but you have to make sure you get all these different little panels over here all perfectly lined up in order to get that seamless look. And that's what took me the most time getting this transformed. But the instructions are pretty clear, and they weren't, they led me in the right direction, because it was just a matter of getting everything to line up properly and go into place the way it's supposed to. Size comparison with G1 Prime, again, pretty much the exact same size. G1 in cab mode seems to be just a hair larger than the Perfect Effect one. Perfect Effect's a little bit longer. So yeah, but they're pretty comparable in size, in case you were wondering about that, because I know I was. But yeah, but it looks good though. Definitely, if you're a G1 head, this will definitely satisfy. If you're a movie type of person, this will also definitely satisfy. I like it, but like I said, it was just a kind of a frustrating transformation process overall. But aside from that, it's cool. I mean, I dig it. I really do, and I like where Perfect Effect went with it. Side note: be careful if you do get this. The trailer is full of it's a very light figure, very, very light, and the trailer is full of, I don't want to say it's flimsy plastic, but it's not as sturdy as you might want it to be or might hope for it to be. So just be careful and be mindful of that when you're going through the transformation process. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Final thoughts: I like it. For $140, you're not going to find anything better out there, I don't think. I think it's fair for the price. And if you get it for even cheaper later on down the line, even better for you. But I went ahead and bought mine early because I don't have a lot of patience, and I wanted to do a review on this guy. I was really looking forward to getting him, and I'm satisfied. I'm happy with it. Doesn't roll the greatest. Not all the wheels make perfect contact at all times, but it is what it is. But yeah, it's a cool figure. I dig it. So if you like the review, you like the figure, I can't think of any reason to tell you not to buy it. Everything is self-contained inside the trailer, so you don't have any issues with that. There's a lot of parts forming, but there's nothing that you have to leave out after the transformation is complete. Everything, including the energy axe, is going to fit up inside of there. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the review. Hope this helps you to make an informed decision as to whether or not you want to purchase it. If you are looking for a full transformation process, I would highly recommend maybe checking out MGo's channel. Once he gets it, he normally always does like a just transform it, and that might help you out if you do have any questions later on the transformation process. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I'm getting kind of hungry, so I'm about to go cook something to eat. And on that note, y'all be cool, be safe, and as always, peace.